We're likely to remain under a code red for the next few days. How does that impact people's health?
Well, this is unfortunately not a common incidence, right? We see this all the time on the other side of the country. We are just not used to seeing it here. And it does impact people's health, but it is manageable. So that's the key, that it is not something that we can't control by our own activities inside.
What are some of the symptoms that people may experience if they're outside for a prolonged period of time?
Sure. Well, they're going to have that dry cough. They're going to have some itchiness in their eyes, some burning in their eyes because of the microparticles that are going to be in the air. And they're going to experience even some wheezing that can be exacerbated if they're asthmatics.
And who's at most risk here?
Anyone with the inability to expel toxins when they breathe in, anyone that has the inability to fill their lungs completely and exhale completely. And that is most commonly seen in someone with asthma. But you can also see this in overweight individuals because they also have the inability to breathe correctly. So those are the types of people that I'm concerned with. The elderly, of course, and children are the ones that we always consider when it comes to any type of environmental health problem.
What can people do to protect themselves when they are outdoors, if they have to be outdoors, for a long time?
Right now, the levels are varying, right? But fortunately or unfortunately, the way we look at it, COVID has taught us a lot of lessons, right? 3-4 years ago, Americans didn't like to use masks, as some Asian countries did, right? Or do because of their pollution. We're now faced with that same situation. And it is not uncommon for people to wear masks in the activities outside, even if they're by themselves. So that is probably the easiest thing to do, is to wear a mask when you're outside, if you're feeling those symptoms I mentioned in the past, right? That cough, that dry cough, that scratchiness in their throat, that burning in their eyes. Wear a mask. It will help, at least for you not to inhale these particles.
Someone wants to go out for a jog, should they?
No, jog inside. Stay inside. Go find a treadmill. Go do some other type of aerobic activity. It's the best because we don't know if it's going to get worse. So might as well just keep all your activities indoor for now.
What are the long-term as well as short-term implications of breathing in unhealthy air?
Well, there's several. I mean, the biggest one we're going to look at is something like emphysema. Right? The alveoli, the smallest points within the respiratory system, will get damaged because cells aren't able to degrade this type of pollutant that comes into our body. So what ends up happening is the alveoli start to get damaged, and then you do those big breaths to try and catch the air because of the damage in the lungs. So that is the worst case scenario.